Hey guys, so I was doing this demo earlier in class, figure painting demo, um, and I'm not going to redo all this obviously, but I'll show you the layers that I did. So let's see here. So this is the light. This is the line layer. Okay, this is going to be the light I put in there. So this was the. So what I had here. So I erased some of the lines by the way. That's so anyway. They're still kind of there, but I erased some of them. Anyway, so what I did was this was a cleaned up version of the original drawing I had started with. Let's see here. I'm going through these are the references I was using. I like this pose a lot. Strongly went from this face. I made it a little more realistic though. I like these colors. I'm going to use these later, and some of this design stuff I sort of used a little bit, but not too much. Okay. I had a cartoon version of the head. I have some goggles that are. That's funny. I moved the stuff around, but I moved the goggles. They go on her forehead. They're going to be on there later. I'll fix them later. I made some goggles, and I just took them out of the way just for a minute. See there. I drew these goggles or made these whatever. They're supposed to go up here, and they're gonna have to be a little bigger now because I I I made the rest of it bigger, but I didn't make the goggles bigger. So I made it bigger to fit it so I could see it better on the screen. But I want to paint the skin tones without the goggles. So, oh crap. I don't know why I just did that. I hit the wrong button. I hit the undo button instead of the do button. Now they're way too big. A little bit smaller. Okay, there you go. All right, and right there. Okay, anyway, but those aren't important right now. I'm just showing you everything I did, recapping what I was done. So at this point, I cleaned up the line drawing, which is the sketch of it. Is the sketch layers are all in here. See all the different sketch. They're smaller because I didn't. I brought the size up. And I also have a gray layer over it too. Somewhere in here I have a gray. There it is, the gray layer. Yeah. So these are the sketches of it that I had done first. The sketch layers I was cleaning up in different layers. None of that's important. I don't need any of it. And then I put in cleaned up the line layer. And then I put in a gray layer under it. And then I put this fill layer of this blue-green. And now what I'm doing is I'm painting in using this red-orange. I'm painting it right here, this red-orange color, which right about here. And I'm painting in the light. It's a technique I learned from a digital painting course. They're really up to my game for painting. Anyway, I'm painting it, and this is where my light's coming from. This is going to be a backlight over here. This is going to be the main light. Now I'm painting it everywhere the light's hitting on the face. Okay, so that's what I'm doing right now. And I'm going to continue working on that. And some of the lines for the line layer. As you can see what it looks like without the line layer. I often turn that off to check it. If it still looks good, then I'm doing the right thing because I'm not relying on the line layer for my value for making the. I'm relying on we're supposed to be doing the painting. Anyway, so all right, so I'm gonna work on it from here, and I'm just gonna put some music on and work on it. So you're welcome to watch me. I just wanted to let you know what I was doing here before I just jumped into it. So I'd done most of this in class earlier. I think I did the start of the drawing part of it in another demo, but I'm doing the painting part, which is really the most fun part. All right, so I'm going to work on this, and I'm going to film it. I'm not going to speed it up, so it's just going to be regular speed. You can watch it double speed if you want. I'll be talking about a few things, but I won't be talking. I'll just be making comments on what I'm actually painting, like why I'm painting light in certain areas. You don't have to listen to any of it. So if you want to play it at double speed or play it while you're whatever, I don't know, you can. But anyway, so I'll put it out there, and mainly this is for my students to follow through with the class, but I'm making it public, so if any of you would like to watch it, you're more than welcome to it. So, okay, I'll just start the music, and I'll just go for it. Oh, by the way, sorry, the music starts really loud. I always forget that. I'm playing free YouTube music, and I forgot that it's cranked up to volume 10 as soon as you press play. Sorry. I probably just deafened you. Alright, so I've got the microphone. I keep the microphone close to me so you can hear me talking if you'd like. And most of the time it's nonsense anyway, so I'll go ahead and keep painting. So like I said, I started this earlier today in my class. I took a break for a couple hours, and now I'm back to it. I'm on the wrong layer. I need the painting the light in layer. Okay. So, like I was saying earlier, you don't need official anatomy training, but you do have to know where basic structures are. In the form, so you know where the light would be hitting it. And like I said earlier in my class recording, think of it as the way makeup is applied. So makeup is applied to, for beauty makeup anyway, it's applied to soften the forms, to hide imperfections, hide wrinkles, whatnot. So you don't, if you want to make a beauty, like what would be considered a beauty painting or a beauty character, if you will. I don't know how to say that exactly, but it sounds weird. But an attractive character. When you paint it, you're gonna want to make sure you don't emphasize any of the lines. And okay, I'm back. All right, so yeah, so if you're gonna do a beauty painting or a beauty, you're gonna make sure that you're not, you don't want to be showing too many lines, too many. The more lines you put in, it'll actually age, especially if you wanted a young character. The more lines you put in, the more likely it will age the character. And the more angles you put in, the more of a masculine character you'll get. Okay, I'm back. I had to pause for a second. All right, so where were we? Yep. So I took some of the, obviously I told you I took some of the lines off from the line layer, which is here. Yeah, I had taken some of the lines on the edge over here off. I'm gonna leave this, so anywhere this dark greener color, when I change this, when I see it, so this is not gonna be the skin tone at all when it's done. This is literally setting up the contrast for the skin. What's gonna do is I'm gonna shift it all when I'm done. This is the technique that I had learned from another digital painter, from a digital painting course, and it's such a great skill picked up. I learned from from their skill. So, all right. So I have a line here I don't like on the lip that's bothering me. Yeah, I'll get rid of that line. This is what I do a lot during the painting process. I get rid of my lines. Even though I had cleaned it up and everything for the line layer. And in comics, you often keep the line layer, but usually they're done really beautifully by an inker with a brush. And yes, I'm using digital brushes and that, but my line tends to look better through painting than I want to go with the line that's based on value more than black ink. So I'm going to erase most of it. That way when I paint, when I know when I'm painting it, that I'm painting it correctly. Now the eyes are going to be a separate thing, so I'm going to work on the eyes separately. But right now, I'll make sure that line isn't messing up my painting, because it definitely can. All right, there you go. These eyebrows are going to be painted in anyway. I'm just going to kind of clean them up a little bit. All right, let's go back to my painting again. Painting level. Still painting in the light in the skin, but the line layer was getting in my way just a little bit. Some more where it's getting in the way. Where's my eraser? Right in here, the line layer is getting in the way. Because I don't want that painted with light, and if the line layer was making me look like I wasn't painting it with light, but I was. And here too, I want to get rid of that. Okay. Oops. I erased when I should have painted. All right, bring back the music. Another spot where I feel the... Oops, I'm erasing on the wrong layer again. The line layer needs to be cleaned up a little bit there. So that the light layer painted properly. The eye, like I said, I'll fix the eye in a minute. I'm not there yet. This brush looks huge, doesn't it? I'm basing my the way I'm using it off of pressure. I don't like that, but it's should look fun. So I'm almost ready to go on to the next part of this, because the next part I can still fix the everything. So I'm just do a couple more things. I'm gonna go in here and I'm gonna make this even more intense red. The more intense will make a brighter light. Because remember, the red is the light. I'm painting the light into this. So the brightest red is going to be the brightest lights. Bright points with lights hitting it. Brush on that. Way too big. That'll work. Painting the light. I'm gonna come in and blend it a little bit. Couple more spots where the lights come in here. It's gonna be hitting the highlights, but I need light all along here because I want this to be. I don't want this to be flat, so it has to be blended curve. I'm gonna use a circular motion just to get it really blended before I kind of pull the curve around. Get the blend in there, and then I'll pull the curves to it. Don't want, I think her forehead was looking a little flat in the center. You don't want anything too harsh. You want her to look, this character anyway is supposed to be young and attractive, so I don't want her to be too harsh of edges. Subtle, very subtle. Subtle is harder than, so I think females are often harder to paint than masculine characters, because, feminine characters, because subtle is the key to it. Subtle is hard, I think. I find doing something subtle much harder than doing something. Once again, I got the lines in there getting in my way. I want those shapes in there, but I want them with paint. So try not to rely on that line layer at all. I guess I could have made a copy of the line layer that I still had it to go back to, but I just usually end up painting it out. what I'm gonna do. So that looks freaky, doesn't it? Just gonna clean them up now so that I can go and paint them. I'm not playing catch up with racing lines again. There's gonna be some points where there is black in the drawing, and I can leave those, but some of those lines. So this bit shaved. She's got a shaved design on her head there, so. This area still fit the line out. These pieces of jewelry in here, which I'm not nowhere near that. While I was erasing stuff, I thought I'd do it. Okay. And I have a little bit more here. Turn back to the correct layer. The forehead is going to be the hairline. Use the smudge tool for that once again. Alright, so yeah, I think it works pretty well at the moment. So now, one more spot. Clean that line up. Alright, so taking a lot of that line layer out. For the face anyway. Like so we'll do the eyes. Sorry. So before I do the eyes, I'm going to go ahead and do the changeover. Alright, so I'm very happy with the light layer. So I'm going to go back to my light layer. I'm going to make a copy of it just to be safe. Screw anything up. And actually I like when you put two of them together. Maybe I'll make a third. The third one I'm going to close and move down here. Just get it out of the way. I don't need it right now. Alright, actually liked where was the yeah, it looks pretty good when you put two of them together. Might keep that. Moving past it just a little bit. It really kind of pumped everything up. That's before, that's after. Yeah, I like it. I'm gonna drop it down. That looks good. Alright, so now I'm ready to do the last step of this. So I have this layer down here copied, so I have a backup. So if I screw this up, it's not a big deal. Well, it is a big deal, but it isn't. Alright, so the trick of this is the trick. This is the magic, guys, right here. Part you need to pay attention to. You can go up to image, adjustments, and I'm going to go to hue and saturation. Right. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to adjust the, I don't want to colorize it, although colorizing automatically makes it close to what I'm doing. But I want to actually move this around until I get it to where I want it to be for a skin tone. Okay, it's usually in this kind of a yellowy kind of area. I know it sounds weird, but see that? Bring that up. Look at now. Obviously, might not want our skin to be really white like that, but it's kind of underpainting to it. I can add intensity. Okay, I'm gonna try to make it a little bit more kind of a reddish hue. Alright, So there you go. All right. Works pretty good. The colorization works really well, actually. But it adds and, I don't know how much I don't normally leave it like this. I do kind of like that, but it looks black and white, so I'm not gonna do that. So this kind of a tone here, and intensity wise. That it's a nice base color. You can shift it back and forth more if you want, but I like it right there. Okay, pretty neat, huh? It's a neat trick. Okay, so the more saturated, the more white it'll become, but I don't want it like I want it to stay a little bit of this color ranging. Alright, so now I have this base layer. So what I'm going to do now, basically I'll make another, once again, I don't trust myself, just in case. And I don't want the second layer on there this time. This time I definitely use. So I'll take it out. So close it and drop it down. I think I stuck the other one inside the sketch layer by accident. I don't know what I do with it. They're all in here. Just remember they're my sketch layer. Okay, so now I've got her basic skin color right here. So I'm going to make a layer above that, and I'm going to start taking the colors from that layer and making the next level of colors from it. So make sure I'm on that layer. I wasn't going to be on the right layer. Photoshop doesn't like to select the color. Hit I for eyedropper. And I'm going to take this kind of neutralist color part of it. I'll come over here and I'm going to grab grab all the highlights too as well. I know it doesn't look a lot different, but it is. Alright, let's go back to my highlight. Oh, go back to my B for my brush. Switch back to the highlight, click it. I don't know what that was, but I'm going to lower it down here to get to this range here. And start painting in the midtones. And then eventually into the darks. And then the end, I'll pop in the lights. Okay. Then I'll do the eyes. Let me do the skin first. If you want to fast forward to the eyes, you just scoot through my thing. Alright, so midtones. So if the light's hitting, anywhere the light's not hitting and it's not hitting, it's going to be kind of the mid-tone range. So this part is going to be... I don't want it too dark. I don't want it to... Tone. I'm letting that blue greenish color still. Not totally painting over it, and I'm going to come in and put it in as darks, but for right now it's bringing it to the mid-tone to balance it all out. I know I'm losing some of the cool contrast I had there, but I can bring it back. So. Blend this all in. Obviously, because that's another separate painting, another separate part, not a painting but a part. Okay, so this mid-tone is kind of a unifier, if you will. Okay. I don't want to cover up the highlights, I don't want to cover up the darks, but I want to bring it all into somewhat unified, because we're not going for super contrast on this. We can do the contrast part of it. We can do contrast, don't get me wrong, but go back to the original one and blend this better too. Blend it well down here. I'm working on the original light layer that I had there for a minute, just to get it a little more blended as well. And then I'm going to go back to this layer, and then I'm going to bring these two layers together in a second. I'm going to try something. Sometimes I've done this in multiply too. That looks weird. Multiply, this is what multiply looks like on it. And this is what normal looks, and this is what multiply looks. I think I like the normal better just because it's what I was going for there. I got something going there, I don't know what it is. I think it's a line issue. I think there's a line there. Yeah, there was a line. So now, I'm going to take that layer, that multiply layer, and I just paint on my line layer. No, I didn't. So this is all I did on that second layer, so not much actually. So let's keep painting on that layer. That unifying layer there. The reason I'm doing it as a separate layer is I'll bring it down after I get it kind of. I feel that if I make it too I don't want to flatten it out either, because you gotta remember that this is a curve and the light's coming in from one side, so our forehead is curved, it's not flat. Make sure it's not flat. It's a curve. bit more of the highlight here in the center to bring this with the lighter color. That's about as light as I can get it, slightly. Oh, I'm not painting anything. Okay. Okay. I might have screwed up. I might have put too much light in it just now. So I was adjusting it, thinking that I was painting out that one layer. But see, I don't know if you realize it or not, but that actually brought that light I put in here actually brought the forehead out a little bit. It was a little flat before. There you go. Now, if you're watching this, maybe you're like, this guy sucks, or maybe you think it's good, I don't know. But either way, practice is the only key to getting better at anything. Got some more lines there I'm going to get rid of. I know I've eliminated almost my entire line layer, right? But the problem with it is, like I said, the line layer distracts from the true value that you're using to separate it. It creates a false kind of area that you're looking at, thinking that you did it right, but it's the line that's giving you that. Trying to do this all in paint. I don't know if I like that. I like that better. You don't want to flatten anything out, so you got to make sure you got your values so you can flatten things out. Okay, so now go back to this layer. Put in a little bit darker areas. Actually, what I'm going to get the darker is I'm going to use my eyedropper again and get one of the darkest areas in here. It's too dark. On my line layer again. I painted on my line layer, didn't I? Sure did. I bet you didn't much I did. Yeah, I would do that. That's fine. I can take this and fix it. Wasn't a lot, at least. all the paintings on the level it's supposed to be. Okay. And I'm about ready to lower this one onto this one. So now all the paintings on one level now. No going back now. Alright, so I'm going to go in and now I need the darks. There you go. That's better. That's more like what I'm supposed to be looking at. And get a little bit darker. And just now painting my darks. I don't want too much. I don't want too much. Line in there again. So. gotta think there's no true black in this girl's face. It's just darker, lighter skin tones. So, your job is to put it in there correctly. And the highlights will pop these these darks back off in a minute. It's not that to that point yet. I know it's coming, so not worried about it yet. I haven't screwed it up yet. Well, I could have. Easy enough to do. I know. You're not instilling confidence in me. Well, try. We'll get you there. Okay. Alright. Alright, so it's all about gradations. Right, now I gotta bring in a little bit of light to pull some of these things together. So small brush for this. Not that small. 3 is my preference. Okay. And I'm not hitting the whites in there yet. I'm just hitting there'll be a couple whites, but right now this is just I've zoomed in too much. Whites, because whites will flatten it. You don't want to flatten it. We're just creating the light spots and the lights hitting your skin. Believe it or not, you have a couple really light spots over here too. I don't know why you always put that there. Like I said, I picked that up from that artist. It seems to just look right. I don't know why, but it just does. Okay. Also, you have a very light edge on the lip here. And the lips are gonna have lights. Spots are gonna be hitting it. That bump right there, and then you're gonna have. Once again, I'll come back into the lips a little bit, but not yet. And I'm just hitting there's a lighter really hitting the and for some reason there's always like a really kind of bright light right there, right before the edge of where the nose curls under. Looks like a lot of oops. Looks like her looks like her nose is running or something. I don't want that. I just want to blend it. It's not a nose running, it's just highlights on the skin. Might have made it too bright, but that's okay. I'll pump the darkness up along the edge of it. It'll be alright. Back to my brush. Okay, I need to, oops, it's way too big. I need a little bit bigger brush to put in some light along here where it's said, you don't want to get too crazy with this light because it'll really flatten things out. You don't want that too much. You're gonna have to blend it once you put it in there. Just spread it out so that it's diffuse into her skin. Not too diffuse. There's areas of there's little edges and there's unedges. Okay, and I think she's gonna have a little bit of definitely made too light, but we can fix it. Just a little bit. All right, and I got a little bit darker and the smaller brush again. So I gotta hit some of these dark spots. So these real dark areas here. They're not black. They're just darker skin. Probably have to go a little darker on that too. So for the moment, we're just gonna leave it at that. Alright, so kind of diffuse these a little bit. Alright, so now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna stop with the face painting for just a minute and do the eyes, because the eyes are really cool. The eyes always make it look neat. Kind of help bring it together a little bit. Help me bring some of this stuff that I'm working on together. Alright, so then I'm going to go in here and I'm going to get the... So, secret of the eyes. Let's go back to the bright color. Grab the brightest spot I have in the skin tone. You would think you'd go for white, but you don't. It's slightly a little bit brighter. There. Okay. So now I'm going to make a separate layer for the eyes. I don't know why I just do that. Okay. Go ahead. Oh, jeez. Wrong brush. So go ahead and use a circular motion and do the eye. So actually I'm going to go into the, I'll leave the line there for just a minute just to get it to build the round shape of the eye. Okay. Round shape of the eye. Alright, okay. And that seems really freaky right now. want that line layer there anymore now again. So let's take it out. I just need it to maintain the shapes. I'll have the eyes, but I'm going to take it out. It's just going to cause problems. Just like the eyebrows. I'm not to the eyebrows yet. Let's take the line layer out while I'm here. I'm going to take the nose. And take the lines out of the lips too, so I can. I got rid of most of the line layer. That's fine. Alright, so let's clear the eyes out. Back to the eyes again. Which over here. Right? Yeah, that's okay. To my brush. Rounding the pupils in there. Now, it's not white, but it does look white, right? So it more or less matches the skin tone. That's why you don't make them white, because it would look bizarre white. See, from here, I'll show you. I'll make another layer, just for fun. This is what you think you'd do, but look at it. Wow, it's sloppy, but look how weird that looks, right? That would be just weird. You don't want that. Okay, I know. It's a little secret thing too, right? Another secret. All these secrets. Black, and now I'm going to put the pupils in. So, pupils. Truly black, yeah. Keep it until it gets to black. Okay. I know, it looks weird, but we're getting there. Alright, so what color are we making these eyes? That drawing, I had those blue eyes, and blue eyes are always kind of weird and kind of freaky looking, right? So let's go for this. Let's go for this freaky blue. Let's go for this good blue here. Smaller. Go back for the 3 again. Apparently, it doesn't like any really but part of the pixel word in there. Actually, you know what? I might actually go for 2. I was doing 1. Alright, so now I'm going to put the and then I know normally you wouldn't see the whole eye. I'm going to cover up the top of the eye a little bit, I think. So she looks really surprised, which I don't want her to. No. What? That's weird, isn't it? What? Wait, what's going on? There you go. I'm gonna bring the top of the eyes in a little bit. The eyelids. That's what I was doing. Blues in the eyes. This is gonna have an eyelid. There's gonna be an eyelid at the top of it. Now I'm gonna put in the darks in the eye. Doing some dark, right? Never just one kind of color. I'll go back and fix the I'm going to grab a couple really brights. Go to 1 for that, and just hit him in there. But I don't want them all the way around because I haven't done the eye lighting trick yet, so I don't want to go all over, just a little bit. Alright, so if the light's coming in from this side, it's going to hit the eye over here, and it's going to light the actual eye will be lit over here. I know it sounds weird, but trust me, watch. So to do that, the eye will be lit on the opposite side. The light actually hits the eye, so the more of the color will be over here on this side. It's coming from that side, and then the white part of the eye, which is it's going to be even whiter. Side, because the light's going to be hitting up here. Light hits here. But it lights the eye here. It goes through the eye. It's called bejeweling. Another trick I learned from the digital painting class I did. You can spread it around a little bit, but the intensity of it's going to be. And then go back in and hit it with really freaking white. Just bam. Okay, and then it's going to be a couple of those here, and then a little bit of it here, a little bit of that white. Really adds the kind of wetness and look of the eyes. All right, so make another layer over top of that. I need to bring in some kind of whatever. I just need it darker. Not quite black, but definitely darker. This is gonna be. I just need it to shade the top of the eye a little bit. Still too big. 3. Okay. Shading the top of the eye where the eyelid hangs over it. And then there's a little bit of shading obviously on the bottom, because the eye is 3-dimensional, so it's going to have some shading. Alright, so we haven't even put in the... That's just the eye itself. And you can go in now. You can go into the kind of... pinky kind of red. So, yeah. So the eyes look pretty cool, right? I know. The eyes do look, they always look good. Alright, so now I'm going to take these layers. That looks weird. Alright, I'm going to take these layers that are the eyes. Put them... Is this eye layer? Yeah. Put them all together. Smart object. And then I'll go ahead and rasterize it. Alright, so the eyes are there. Now I'm going to make another layer over top of that. And bring in her eyelashes. The eyes are very important. The eyes are very... I draw attention to the eyes. Especially if it's a character that's supposed to be feminine. Eyes are going to be important. My original painting, and I should have saved my colors, but I didn't. I'm going to just try to clean up the areas that aren't part of my eye painting. So once again, the line layer. This has got lines on there. I gotta get them out of there. Because they're screwing me up, man. All the lines out of there. No more lines. On the eyes. So now anything I do is gonna be just paint with the eyes. Let's work on our lips. That looks psycho. And then the painting layer is right here, right? Yeah, okay. Alright, let's do the lips. So let's go paint layer and add another layer on top of it. For the lips, I'm going to choose the color here. I didn't change this. Oh, I'm on the wrong way. Always do that. Get a little bit more into the red. There you go. A little bit. There you go. Let's work on those lips. Lips. Alright, here we go. Oops, I just changed my color. I hope not. Come in and bring that color into the lips. This is assuming she doesn't really have any lipstick on. Put lipstick on here, but I kind of tend to paint without the lipstick or a very neutral lipstick. It might be a lipstick. It looks like the color. I don't know. It's about as close as I can get without that gray pyramid. So I'm gonna go darker over here. It's supposed to be at, because the lip curls under. Still trying to stay with the color scheme. goes under. Extra dark on top of that little kind of bump that appears on the lip there. I don't want to flatten it out. It looks like a little flat, so come in with some highlights. You really want to emphasize this space between the lips, the shape there. Really defines, adds to it. I'm just barely brushing this really dark over here. I'm just darkening, but just a little bit. Seems to be kind of shadowed, the bigger the lips will appear to be. Okay. Everybody wants full lips, right? Okay. Alright, then I'm going to go in and hit it one more time with the highlights. I'm going to just a few. Just a few spots for the lights. So it makes it look a little bit wet. A couple of highlights right on that edge ridge. Just a little bit. Put a couple of highlights while I'm over here. Just a little. Alright, not bad. Okay, so I got this dark lip right here, so I'm gonna fix that. Let's go back to the skin layer. And I'm gonna grab the eyedropper again. Got this color right here. Just go because it's just kind of weird looking. That looks kind of red. Not supposed to be. There is red going to go in here, but just not yet. Alright, so now, time to pink up the skin. Okay, I haven't done her hair yet, I know. I'll get to it. So now I'm going to go in with a layer on top of this layer. And I'm going to paint blood red. This is going to be multiply there. Okay. I know you're like, why would you do that? Well, because you just do. It looks right. Oh, blending. A brush. Okay, so what's going on here is this is where the blood from your body. The most blood is going to be in your body is around your cheeks, around your nose, your mouth. And your eyes. I know. It's more trickery, right? It's sorcery. Yeah, well, maybe. Maybe it is. Maybe it's sorcery. Maybe it is sorcery, man. Maybe it is. I'll take a little bit of it off. Just a little bit off there. Not a lot, just a little bit. Okay. So now, there is a lot of blood around your nose. Remember drunk people? Old thing with drunk people always had the red noses, and dolls always had the rosy cheeks. So it goes back to that. Take that layer. That's what normal looks like, but I'm gonna go multiply. We'll do normal just to make it easy. It doesn't either way. And lower the opacity a little bit. Just to get it in there just enough that it adds that kind of pink to it. Not overly pink, but a little bit pink. It just adds a little life to it. To that same layer. You can put a little bit of blood on the neck too. Because there would be, as vampires know, good source of blood in the neck. This area doesn't have as much blood because the skin is thin there and it's mostly jawbone. Now that line layer is still giving me some issues. I'm fighting my line the whole time, right? But in painting, I like the lines to be gone. I like just to use the paint. There. Now I got left is paint. Let's go back to my painting layer. Clean that edge up a little bit. Did the wrong layer. Oops. Wanted that layer. Oops. Too big of a brush right there. Clean that up. I know it did that, but I can fix that. Alright, so Alright, and then the paint layer. Looks like I went over just a little bit on the edges of it. Okay. There we go, that's better. Okay. Actually, let's go back and see what I did here. I think I thinned her face out. I don't like it thinned out. Just a little bit, but yeah. Thinned her face out a little too much. So let's go back and redo that. I gotta do her eyebrows and her hair yet. Because the first time I did it, it just made her face thinner, and it wasn't a lot, but even a little bit made it look weird. Okay. That works. I think that's pretty good. We'll leave it at that. So, I got her hair to do now, and her rest of her outfit, really, the rest of her body. I don't know if I like her eyes. This eye seems like it's wrong. So what I'll do, I have the eyes on a separate level, so edit, copy it, edit, weird, but I just don't know if I like her eye where it was at. Third eye. Something about her eye seems like it's just too far away to me. Edit. Transfer. Now she's a little cross-eyed almost, but I kind of feel like that looks better. Even though the other eye is behind it. I can fix that. So the new eye layer. Which one's the new eye layer? This one? Yeah. I'll just paint around the new eye layer. And then I'll... Oops. I gotta go down to the painting level to get the color. Really? Why isn't it selecting the color? Can you tell me that? Can you tell me why you're not choosing the color? Yeah, it just won't choose the color. Look at that. Oh, there it is. I guess that's not the real eyedropper anymore. I guess it's some kind of weird eyedropper there. Photoshop's awesome for changing tools. Just when you get used to something. fix it. Gotta go to the right layer in order to fix it. Thank you. Back to this layer. Brush. Yeah, I chose that color, but I don't know. It doesn't seem to have worked. I'm fixing the entire painting. It's okay. Needed it. Yeah, there you go. It wasn't a true black and it was making it messy. Nope, that is not the color I want. Right in there. So there's a little lip under the edge of the eye. A little eyelid. It's gonna come in there between the eyeliner and the... When you're doing sculpting and you're sculpting the eye, you have to be aware of that spot and sculpt it in there. So okay, what am I doing? Well, what I'm doing is I'm just trying to... I decided I'm working on the same eye layer anyway, so I can... If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But I'm just... What I decided here was I decided I needed a little more contrast. It was a little too subtle. It wasn't dark enough. was pretty happy with it, but I think I can be happier with it. I hadn't even done anything with the ear yet anyway. Here kind of rolls over there a little bit. That's better. Better already. Definitely better. See? Don't be scared to go back and fix things and work on things. And I really got to pump a dark in here. The truly darkest spots. Just a couple of them. And a couple of highlighty spots here on the corner of her mouth. Ear, highlights on the ear. Okay. There you go. That looks better. Happier with it now. Yeah, I wasn't getting the darks in that. I'm going to put a little bit darker in there even too. Not dark enough. Right in here. Got a couple real dark spots where the folds of the skin are really folded and the light really isn't hitting it. Blend that a little bit. There you go. That looks better. Okay. So now we got the... Alright, I need to hit her highlights in here now. Okay. So I just did the darks. Let's hit the highlights. Okay, so the highlights would be the little spots of white spots where the light is hitting it the most. There's a couple of those. Remember, we did the lips already, so I'll put a couple on the lip anyway. They're just spots of true highlights on the skin. That one cheek can be slightly. There you go. You gotta do those real subtle, not too much, because a little bit goes a way long way on that. So just a little bit. Okay, so I think that's looks pretty good. I think she's pretty good for right now. All right, so we'll leave her. I might come back to her later. I don't know. Still have a couple things like the goggles. Gonna go on there and get painted. But I'm gonna stop here for right now. Oh, I didn't. Let me do the eyebrows at least. Sorry about that. I forgot about that. So I gotta do the hair. I'm gonna do it in a separate video, but I'll do the eyebrows real fast at least. So I guess I'm gonna go with black hair. So I'll do the eyebrows. And so eyebrows are very something a lot of people really spend a lot of time shaping them and whatnot. And there's different schools of thought about eyebrows. I need a dark skin tone. It comes out this layer right here. Yeah. Yeah, you see those little changes I made? That was before, this is after. Better. Okay, so I just gotta come in here and the higher the eyebrows, the more surprised. The lower the eyebrows, the more attitude, possibly. So I don't even know if I like where these eyebrows are at right now. I might actually move them down. Make them bigger at least. You know what? She's a punk. Maybe she's got part of it shaved. Maybe that's in style then. That part of the future. Shaved eyebrows. Why not? There, she's got shaved eyebrows. Okay. All right. We'll leave it at that. We'll save that. And you can come in and put highlights, like light could be hitting in parts of our eyebrows, whatever. For a moment, I'm going to leave it here. I could even make her mouth a little bigger, but I'll leave her alone. She's fine. I saved it already. Okay. All right, guys, I'm going to end the video. It's really long, I'm assuming. So, yeah. All right.